Yeah, so I'm not sure where this is going, and I love it when shows are like that. Now, this is Quantico Season 2, Episode 7. What is it? LCFLUTTER. The episode starts off with Alex. She's trying to get out of their restraints because, remember, Leah decided she was going to go and still be a part of the CIA and take the tapes and make a run for it. Because of that, she left Alex there to really just get killed off, or at least to get captured. Alex pops her shoulder out in order to escape because the phone's ringing. So she's like, oh, if I can get to the phone, then maybe. But that doesn't happen. Instead, she now has to go in it alone. And we're back, like, what is it, 11 months prior, where Shelby is still, messing around with Leon. She's still playing the whole hard to get type of play. She comes back, and Miranda's there. Miranda's at their little hideaway because Miranda needs more results. And so she was originally working with Ryan, and this was behind Alex's back, so Alex felt a certain way. Long story very short, they have to go and figure out, okay, how can they get into the mind of Owen Hall? How can they do that? They need to do that very quickly. If they don't, then they're screwed. Now, everyone's out at the bar, the local bar that they go to, taking drinks. Harry, as we know, Harry loves to pry information out of people, so he decides to play a game. It's not a drinking game, it's a darts game. You have to get a bullseye. If you don't get a bullseye, someone can ask you a question, and you're supposed to answer honestly. That's what I just said supposed to. Doesn't mean you have to. Well, you're supposed to means you should, but it's not a guarantee. Ryan, because Diana, the lawyer, she misses multiple times. She gets asked like 3 questions. Ryan asks, okay, so what happened with your parents? Oh, don't know. What happened with your home life when you were younger? Well, I had to move because, And she's just like, okay, so you just had a sad upbringing. We get it. When it gets down to Alex, I forgot what they asked about Alex. It was her relationship with Ryan. And it was just like, okay, so answer truthfully. Because she said, oh, nothing. And when they said answer truthfully, she said, well, even if there was one, I guess it didn't mean much because it wasn't memorable. I'm surprised it didn't get the reaction everybody went. See, that's the thing that messes with me, because I'm looking at this like, wait a minute. This really didn't get a reaction out of you guys, but it is what it is. Harry, now originally I thought that he was just missing on purpose, but I realized his game was getting thrown off because Sebastian kept asking him question after question. Sebastian was grilling him on his so-called boyfriend or best friend who died or who killed himself, because remember, Harry told Ryan that it was a lie. So Sebastian was over it. No one really understood where Harry was coming from. I think Ryan kind of got it, but not fully, because remember, Sebastian didn't tell anyone that he found out that Harry said that it was a lie to Ryan. Ryan decides to go to the bar, and while at the bar, he notices that Liam comes in, or maybe he probably has Liam flashback Owen's schedule, and he's just like, hey Owen, what's good? Owen's just like, just picking up something to go, and he bugs out. Leaves. Alex bugs out because she's like, wait a minute, we agreed that I would go and handle this. Next thing we know, next day, Ryan's being questioned about, so what are your intentions? Why are you asking me that information at the bar? Why are you trying to pry into my life? And this is actually a drill, an exercise, because Owen was taking them, like everyone, through a bunch of different drills, is to interrogate someone, and he said Ryan didn't say what his motives were, but his eye movement started, so there was deception. What he's lying about, I don't know, but as long as I know that he's lying, I have something on him. Now they go through, like I said, a bunch of drills to kind of showcase all of the tactics that they can use to interrogate and get information out of people. In present day, Alex hits the phone. The phone's almost dying, mind you. She originally calls Miranda. Miranda takes out, it looked like it was the S5, the Galaxy S5, but Miranda turns off her phone, takes out the battery, pretty much destroys the phone. Alex then calls Shelby, which was the smartest thing she ever did so far. Calls Shelby, tells Shelby, look, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know why the hostages were released. I don't know what's what. What I do know is you need to take down this phone number because there's a mole inside. Someone knew that I was in here. Someone is feeding the other people information. Alex, when she's still running, because mind you, she just popped her shoulder back in just a moment ago, and all of that, she gets blindsided. She gets blindsided and knocked out. So now we have to worry about, okay, what's going to happen to Alex? She's going to be interrogated. We know that, and clearly it made sense because first they brought this guy in. They brought this guy in who was trying to, establish the fact that he has a daughter, so he has a family. He doesn't know why he's in there. He just knows that they wanted him to ask her information. She's like, you're lying. I see right through this. You're trying to set up an alibi. You're trying to go and make me feel a certain way, feel responsible for your safety. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You're not going to make me. It is what it is. Back 11 months prior, Nima has to tell Shelby, look Shelby, I understand you love Alex, I understand you want to protect Alex, but Alex isn't doing what needs to be done right now. I need for you to go and to get closer to Leon. I need for you to set up a real alibi. You can't just have nightcaps. I need to set up a real scenario where he'll trust you enough to start to divulge information. Because he knows something. Whether he's the mole or not, whether any of them are the moles or not, it doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact that I need to make sure that you get information out of him. And Alex isn't doing a good enough job. So this is where we see the tactics of they can use loud music to mess with people. And Harry's trying to crack jokes, but no one's paying attention to him, so it's slowly getting to him. Sebastian, I think, is praying, so that's how he was trying to negate it. Diana, they put her in like an ice bucket. Alex, they had her, what was it, kneel? Not kneel, but kind of do a squat, but while holding a heavy piece of plywood. Ryan, they gave him weights, and he had to, I forgot what the exercise is, but you go up against the wall, and you put your back, and you keep your legs bent and hold the weights. Owen says that he sees a lot of potential in Alex, and he believes in her, but she just has to keep it up. Alex is kind of a little too forceful, and because of that, Owen is like, I'm sorry what idea I might have given you, but I need to make sure that this is just strictly professional. This isn't going to be like what you're used to dealing with. And then he told them, I'm going to be the person that you're going to get information out of. Your prize is I'm going to tell you at least one of my covers, or at least my biggest cover, my biggest false identity. That's the prize. So you're going to need to figure out what you're going to do. Now, back in present day, the guy that they brought in there to try and pump information out of Alex is about to be tortured. And now Alex has to make the choice of what's she going to do. Miranda is trying to see how she can go and spin this situation because Shelby got the whole organization in a tizzy thanks to that call from Alex. Now, Miranda's cover may be blown. We know Miranda's smart enough to make sure that doesn't happen, but she's going to have to figure out how to protect herself. Oh, that's all happening. The group has to decide what tactics they're going to use to pry the information out of Owen. First, Harry decides to go up, and after 15 hours of loud music, bright lights, not being able to move much, Harry's thinking, he can just reason with Owen. But Owen said that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to try a hell of a lot harder. Alex is trying to figure out the best opportunity for her to go and to sneak into Owen's place. Now, Alex and Harry don't like the whole physical torture thing. Everyone else is like, including Sebastian's like, we need to do what we need to do. We need to get results. It is what it is. They decide to go and shoot and kill the guy that was supposed to get information out of Alex. Alex thought that they were just going to torture him, but they weren't going to kill him. I'm like, Alex, this is the real world. They only need you alive. Everyone else is expendable. Next, they bring in Diana. And Diana's just like, nope, you better not say a damn thing. You know our training. And Alex is like, I'm sorry. It's like, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. You need to do whatever you need to do. Or at least, as far as you know, I'm on your side. Because there could be covers within covers. And then, so everyone's trying to figure out, okay, what's going to be the next move? Because the torture thing isn't really going too well. Diane goes outside for eyeing her for two reasons. One, he's generally concerned. Two, he's trying to see what other information he can get out of her by playing the nice guy. Diana, you know, she said put a rock inside of the tub so that Liam would move because Liam broke loose and tried to escape. And because of such quick thinking, Ryan was like, you know what, you have some type of experience with this before. What was the issues with your family? She said, look, it doesn't matter if my family was tortured or doing the torturing. It was pretty much all the same in that time frame. I didn't just stay in one area. I did move before I was the age of 10 or whatever. Because Ryan's like, people lose their accents if they don't stay in their foreign country, at least until they're a teenager. And I thought, that's an interesting fun fact. That makes sense for a lot of immigrants with young kids who you would have never thought came from where they came from. But she's like, yeah, I know what needs to be done. He said, are you willing to do it? Leah goes and checks in on their father, and he's like, look, I understand what it is, but this is my task. This is what I'm called to do. Since you're not going to go and help me, I'm going to go and prove this to myself, to show them, to be the best teacher I can. Alex breaks into his place, and while she's doing that, Harry, while he was taking a stroll, because he was looking for Alex, he notices Alex and is like, Alex? He calls her. You have some company. Not me, you fool. Leah, she's coming back. I'm going to go install. So he tries to stall. Well, he does, successfully. It was long enough for Alex to go jump onto the roof and then jump right down. I was like, damn. He said, okay, so at this point, are you going to tell me? It's like, look, you helped me out, and I'm going to need you for the next phase, so absolutely. Everyone is still trying to figure out what is the best move. And Harry and Sebastian get into it because Harry was really trying to say, has always been antagonizing Sebastian about him being gay, but it not even being in the closet, but just denying it and not accepting it. It's like, I see those looks you give me when I step out of the shower or when I'm just under the covers. It is what it is. Sebastian was like, here's the issue. You don't like the fact that you finally found someone that hasn't shown a remote interest in you, that hasn't just bend to your will. I'm saying, the way how you're speaking sounds like you could. So, that whole conversation, and then he punches him. They break it up, and they're like, hello, we are falling for this. We're all fighting against each other when we're supposed to be getting information out of the enemy. It's anarchy. That's when Diana says, you know, I have a new tactic. The best way to get inside someone who's mentally strong like Owen is to go after what he cares most about. So then, that's Leah. They look at Leah like she's fresh meat, like, girl, sacrifices must be made. Alex tries to go in to warn Owen about this, but Owen doesn't take the bait. Owen does let her be known that, you know, knowledge is power, and that's way stronger than any type of physical force. She, at the time, didn't really have enough time to really process what that means and find another way. Diana said, we're doing this my way. So they're going to waterboard Leah. They took that water. It's just like, because they put a towel over her. It's like, you know. And it worked. He gave up his cover, and Leah looked pissed. She looked pissed. Ryan was irritated because he's saying, Alex, I don't know what you want from me. I did what needed to be done. Is the issue that you don't really like the person who I really am? Or is it that you just want me to be something else so bad that you're not accepting me for who I am? Sebastian comes home and he's still not in the mood to speak to Harry. Because again, Harry was trying to see if he could get somewhere with him, and they got really close. I'm like, they got that close and nothing happened. Sebastian, you're saying you're not this, but you let him get that close. Like, it was just makes absolutely no sense. Come on, man. Leah, like I said, she was actually pissed. She was pissed at her father because she said, you're supposed to be a good agent. You're thinking that people canned you. You're thinking that people betrayed you, but you betrayed yourself. You're not as good as you think you are. You gave up that information just because I've suffered way worse, and you know that. He was like, don't me doing that shows you that I care about you unconditionally. She said, if that was you, I wouldn't care. I would let them do whatever needs to be done. I would just be focused on the mission and keep the information safe. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Their relationship as father and daughter is completely over. It's done. Donezo. Back in present day, we see that they've been torturing Diana and she's holding strong. She's just like, okay, so what's next? What's good? Alex is just like, you good, girl? It's like, I'm good. But not for long. They have this like metal hammer thing. Hammer, like small mallet. And they're looking at her spine. He was saying, if I hit here, she can't walk. If I can hit here, she's completely paralyzed. If I hit here, she's completely dead. If I hit here, she'll have to have a colostomy bag. It was bad. Alex said, nope, that's more than enough. It was Leah. Leah, what was it? Leah Hall. She's the one. She has the information. She has the driver. She has the files. Just don't believe her. Just believe. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't release information sooner. They walk out of it and they said, see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Alex went from to I said, Alex, you savage. Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. While that's all going on, we hear this phone going off. Like, whose phone is that? Shelby's like, that's the phone. That's the phone. Look at this. That's the phone. Him. He has it. Miranda's like, oh my gosh. Because remember, Miranda, when she made out with him, because Shelby saw that she made out with him, Miranda's always, finding her way into some guys with him successfully. They go and arrest him. And because remember, when Miranda was making out with him, she switched the phone. She took it out of her purse and put it in with his stuff. Now, back 11 months prior, Alex was talking with Shelby, and Shelby was over because it's like, okay, what's really going on? What are you doing? I'm on your side, but I can't go and just play to your whims. I have to do what's supposed to the mission. Alex is on the outside. She has no idea what's going on from now on because now Shelby's going to be a part and go undercover, fully undercover as well. We see this weird moment where Diana takes the water, the hot water, and pours it on her, and she does not budge. Like, it takes a moment to register. I don't know if she had to do that maybe to convince herself that she's human. I don't know what her family did. I don't know what she had to go through. All I know is she is a glutton for punishment. There's definitely something off with her. Shelby's officially going to go undercover. They're creating her alibi. Nema's helping her to create her alibi. Liam's excited because, Leon's excited because he's like, oh, she's texting me back. Meet her at her place. This is becoming serious. Sebastian comes in and jumps on top of Harry, makes out with him, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, and runs back out, and Harry's like, dude, you were right there. I'm like, this is some bull. And then it looks like since Owen's on the outs with his daughter, he needs someone to get close to. He sees Alex there. They make small talk, and now Alex is slowly working her way into the inside of Owen. Jeez Louise. And then Ryan, he wakes up, and I'm like, what is that needle? Like, what happened? I'm like, Ryan doesn't have a drug problem. I'm like, oh, maybe they drugged him. Well, there was a phone saying, you've been selected. He's like, thanks. Go on your way. I'm like, all right. I'm like, wait, what? What the hell's going on? Is Ryan officially done? Is Ryan done with the camp or something? No, he can't be done with the camp yet. I don't know. Shelby goes and tries to console Miranda. Miranda's like, I understand. It's all good. Caleb's mom, I think she is taking over for the president or something like that. Yeah, she's taking over. And it's just like a lot of foolery. Alex hears shooting outside, and she's like, oh my gosh, you have to be ready. Why are they shooting? Why? Because the cavalry's there. Sebastian, Leon, and Harry are there. They broke free because Leon faked a seizure. I'm looking at this like, this is just too convenient. This doesn't make sense. It just didn't make sense to me. So, the season finale's in 2 weeks, but I feel like, what? It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. We're missing so much information. They're going to cram that all into one episode or something? I don't know. Let me know what you think.